In this video, I'm going to be giving you the best game user settings that all the pro players are using this season to increase their FPS and lower their input delay. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. The first thing you're going to want to do is click the Windows key plus R together, type in %local app data %, click enter. And then from here, you're going to click F on your keyboard to find Fortnite game, double click this, double click saved, double click config, double click on Windows client. Then the first thing you're going to want to do here is right click game user settings and make sure that the read only box is unticked. If it's got a tick in the box, just untick it and click apply. Then we're going to be double clicking to actually open the game user settings, and it should look something like this. Now the first thing that we're going to be doing inside here is actually making it full screen so everything is a lot easier to see. And then we're going to be clicking Ctrl F on our keyboard and typing in the word grass, clicking enter. And as you can see, it says B show grass right here. If this says true, you're just going to delete that and set this to false with a capital F. Once you've done that, click file and save. So it saves the setting. And by doing this, it'll get rid of all the textures inside the grass so you can get more FPS and lower input delay. Now the next thing we're going to be doing inside here is clicking Ctrl F again and then typing in DLSS. And keep clicking find next until you find DLSS quality right here. You're going to set this to a value of 0. And then just underneath that, you'll see XESS quality. You also want to set this to a value of 0. Once you've done that, click file and save. So the settings save. We're going to be moving on to the next thing. Before I go any further with the video, I want to let you guys know this video is sponsored by Risen Tweaks. Risen Tweaks is an optimization service that offers all these different products for super cheap prices. They all work really well and they all have really positive reviews. And when I use these on stock Windows, I was getting about 240 FPS. And when I use these extreme tweaks right here, I was getting about 400 to 500 FPS in game. So they work super well for me. But if you do want to check these out, I'll leave the link in the description. And if you are purchasing, make sure you use code RUFFY at checkout so you can save 15% and get the tweaks for even cheaper. But back to the video, now we're going to be clicking Ctrl F again and typing in mouse, clicking find next until you find B disable mouse acceleration. And you want to set this to a value of true with a capital T, just like this. Once you've done that, click file and save, and we'll move on to the next setting. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is clicking Ctrl F again and typing in ray. And keep clicking enter until you find these ray tracing settings right here. And all of these, you want to set them to values of true, false, and 0. So ray tracing shadows quality, you want to set this to false with a capital F. Ray tracing reflections quality, you want to set this to 0. All of these settings that say true and have numbers, you just want to set these to false and 0 because you don't use these in game unless you're using DX12, which I wouldn't recommend. I'd definitely recommend playing on performance mode. So make sure you're disabling all of these ray tracing settings. Once you've done that, you can click file and save. So you make sure the settings are saved, and we'll move on to the next setting. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is clicking Ctrl F and typing in scalability right here, clicking find next, and right here at the bottom, you'll see resolution quality, view distance quality, all of these different quality settings. You're going to make sure the resolution quality is set to 100 and everything else can be set to 0. Just go through and anything that has a greater value than 0, you just want to set it to 0. Then you can click file and save, and those are those settings applied. So guys, those are all of the settings that you can change inside the game user settings file to increase your FPS and lower your input delay. If you guys join my Discord, I'll leave my config in a text file so you can copy and paste it into here if you don't want to change all your settings manually. So I'll leave that in my Discord and I'll link my Discord in the description. But once you've done that, you want to head back over to your Windows client where your game user settings are. First of all, make sure they're saved. Then head over to your Windows client, head over to properties, make sure you tick the read only box and click apply so none of the settings can change. That is going to be it for this video guys. If it did help you out, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and let me know in the comments how much more FPS you got by using this config. But thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next video.